In the words of Madam VP herself, to all the supporters who think that the next 4 years are going to be different, let's be clear, this is her presidency.
Donald Trump does not care about border security. He only cares about himself. And when I am president, I will work to actually solve the problem.
Good evening, folks. My name is Charlotte Kimber. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a writer and activist, and I am so excited to be part of this historic gathering of women across the country. I'm just going to tell y'all a quick story about why I proudly support Vice President Harris.
So if we're wondering what the next 4 years is going to look like under Kamala Harris, this is it.
Oh my God, I'm a mess. I'm in line to get coffee. Okay, Hillary lost. Kamala's going to win. Here's why. Number one, Trump was an unknown at the time that he ran against Hillary. We had not seen him as president yet, and so many people were like, yeah, let's give him a try. Let's take him out for a spin. See how he... And now we know he's an absolute nightmare. He's a bumbling fool, and he is a puppet for the extreme right.
Oh, and you got to love this one here. Look at this here. Donald Trump falsely accuses Kamala Harris of deciding to turn black during a combative panel with black journalists. Now, first of all, this is NBC News here, and they're trying to make it seem as if Donald Trump is the combative one here. This is absolutely like horse crap. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the interview, but I want you guys to let me know if Donald Trump was combative. But before we do, look at this. They're literally saying Donald Trump made a combative appearance Wednesday at a conference of black journalists during a heated question and answer session that at times focused squarely on the race of Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, I want you guys to let me know, is Donald Trump the one that's being combative? Or is it this angry journalist that's being combative toward Donald Trump?
I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm really surprised Donald Trump just sat there and let her go off on him for that period of time. I mean, he was very patient with her. In all honesty, most people wouldn't have sat through all of that badgering like that.
Thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
By the way, guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button for the video, show your support. Thank you so much for subscribing. And please, thank you so much, as always, for sharing these videos.
So why is that hard to believe, Pastor?
Well, I find President Trump leaders of all colors. He attacks who he will. He's his own man, and I can't dictate what he should or should not do, but he does not just attack black people. He attacks anybody, and you know it.
So as a man of faith, as a Christian, you're saying he attacks anyone. It sounds like you're condoning attacks. Is that Christianly or godly?
I'm just stating a statement of fact. I'm not condoning anything. I'm stating a statement of fact. President Trump does not pick the people he attacks because of color. He attacks anybody he feels needed.
I'm just trying to understand who shaped up this man's mustache.
You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Wow, that's one hell of an intro, isn't it? Jeez. I mean, this lady has managed to somehow ask a question while attacking the interviewee at the exact same time. I mean, like, all of these questions are extremely pointed. They're designed to basically not really be asking a question, but basically establishing and putting forth labels on Donald Trump. She's basically going in the form of a question. Oh my goodness, look at CNN again, telling some lies. Oh my God, Donald Trump falsely suggests Kamala Harris happened to turn black. So according to CNN, former President Donald Trump falsely claims Wednesday that his 2024 Democratic rival, Vice President Kamala Harris, happened to turn black a few years ago, saying that all of a sudden she made a turn in her identity. Donald Trump's comments at a gathering of black journalists in Chicago came when an interview asked him whether he agreed with Republicans on Capitol Hill who have characterized Harris as a DEI hire. Donald Trump responded by questioning Harris's heritage. According to Donald Trump, quote, "She was always of Indian heritage and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black. And now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?"
I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
I
She went to a
respect either
historically black
one.
college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't.
Wait. She just said that Kamala Harris has always identified as a black woman.
Certainly, you could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
Wait. Indian senator? I thought she was claiming to be black.
The last time she associated with being black is when she was sleeping with a married black man and messed up a black woman's life because she wanted to sleep with somebody's husband so she can make it to the top.
So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
Can somebody do a quick validation on this one? Because I keep hearing like she claims to be black. Oh, she had some Jamaican in her, but now it's like she's Indian and like Asian or something. Isn't this Kamala Harris here? Wait. What is going on here? Is this Kamala Harris here? Or is this Kamala Harris? Okay, so here we go. As Donald Trump gets attacked today for his comment at the National Association of Black Journalists meeting over his confusion about whether or not Kamala Harris is black or Indian, keep in mind this evidence showing that she has identified as being Indian. California's Kamala Harris becomes the first Indian American U.S. Senator.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian, but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
So does she just kind of like identify with whatever race that she needs that's based on popularity? So like, let's just say they needed the Asian population to support her. Oh, Kamala Harris becomes the first Asian, vice president of the United States, or the first Asian president of the United States, or candidate for. I mean, come on, guys. Let's reiterate this. Hold on a second, because they're making it look like Donald Trump's a liar. You guys, let me know who's a liar here.
Is black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
I
She went to a
respect
historically
either
black
one.
college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Dude, like Kamala Harris is straight up race hopping. Like you got transgenders out here, gender hopping, but you got Kamala Harris out here race hopping. She's black when it's beneficial. She's Indian when it's beneficial. I mean, she's like a chameleon.
Either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do
And
you believe that she is...
somebody should look into that too when you continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some Republicans
I really don't
have
know.
said?
I mean, I really don't know. Could be.
They're trying to erase black history. We're going to write black history because it's American history. It's American history. Together we make history, not erase it. To me, the values of diversity, equality, inclusion are literally, and that's not kidding, the core strengths of America. That's why I'm proud to have the most diverse administration in history. It taps into the full talents of our country and starts at the top with the vice president.
So this is literally confirmation that Joe Biden has actually called Kamala Harris, the vice president of the United States, a DEI hire. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. I want you guys to watch how masterfully Donald Trump handles this very irate, very aggressive journalist.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question.
She went on a 1-minute opinion-fueled rant to ask a question. These are the same people running a PR campaign for Harris.
You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with...
Keep in mind, there are fans of Donald Trump because you hear him in the audience. They're clapping right now.
Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense, and then you were half an hour late. Just so we understand, I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was
Mr. President,
wrong.
I would love
I think
if you
it's
can
a
answer
very
the question
nasty
on your rhetoric
question.
and why you
I have
believe that
answered the
black voters
question.
should trust you with another
I
4
have
years.
been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights Act?
For you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
That moment changed the campaign. Donald Trump ripped the news cycle right out of Kamala's hands. That exchange is going to be seen by millions of black Americans. It'll be seen by everyone.
So where exactly was Kamala Harris?
Well, Donald, I do hope you'll reconsider to meet me on the debate stage.
Will she actually show up this time?
Trump flew to Chicago today for the Black Journalists Convention. First-time Republican nominee to do that in 20 years. Kamala was also invited, but she said she was too busy. But the guy who showed up was treated worse than the woman who ditched.
Because as the saying goes, if you've got something to say,
This is a shame just looking at all these people in the crowd. I guarantee 90% of the people in the crowd have no idea what this lady stands for, what kind of lies she's told, how many injustices that she's put forth that either directly or indirectly affected them. I mean, these people have literally shown up for a free Meg Thee Stallion concert, to hang out with Quavo and any other hip hop artist, because the thing is like the Democratic Party, they're not dumb. But they do tell a lot of lies, but they also understand the game. And they understand that black people have a very close tie and are heavily influenced by the hip hop community. So what do? Well, they cut Meg Thee Stallion a big, huge check to say, hey, we need you to represent us.
Make some noise for Miss Harris. I keep seeing the Megan Thee Stallion TikToks from that concert, and I am still scratching my head. Our future president. Let's get this done, Atlanta.
Let's get this done, Atlanta, so I can go ahead and collect this check. I don't really know how much they paid these individuals, but all I'm saying is these people that are coming out of the woodworks to support the Democratic Party have likely been paid handsomely because they understand how much influence that they have.
Are we living in the Twilight Zone or what? Having Megan Thee Stallion twerk is not going to fix our economy.
Wait, what? Joshua Pete? The stunning transformation of Meg Thee Stallion? Joshua Pete? Who's Joshua Pete? What does stallion mean? An uncastrated male horse, a male horse kept for breeding, also a male animal such as a dog or a sheep kept primarily as a stud. That is a good question. Why does Meg Thee Stallion show up when you type in Joshua Pete on Facebook? Makes you wonder.
Having Megan Thee Stallion twerk is not going to fix our economy, and it's not going to stop illegal immigrants from flooding this country.
The bill also says, quote, every individual who is a resident of the United States is entitled to benefits for health care services under this act. Not every individual who's a citizen, but every individual who's a resident. So you support giving universal health care, Medicare for all, to people who are in this country illegally?
Let me just be very clear about this. I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any...
But now Kamala is promising to fix the border that she has never even visited. She's in the White House right now. So if she wanted to do something about the border,
she would have already done it.
A new report finds the Biden-Harris administration has supercharged migration from Latin American countries with a program that has granted refugee status to more than 20,000 people from 7 different Latin American countries in just 1 year. The Center for Immigration Studies says many of these people coming to the United States would normally be classified as economic migrants and not refugees who are fleeing potential persecution.
But now Kamala is promising to fix the border that she has never even visited. She's in the White House right now. So if she wanted to do something about the border,
she would have already done it.
She's in a position to do so. I don't know if y'all are taking suggestions, but I have one. Why don't y'all go down to the border, put a concert on down there, maybe then you can raise enough money to finish rebuilding the wall.
Now, apparently, Amber Rose couldn't be bought. And I'm not saying that she never gets paid for anything, but because that's clearly not true. But clearly the Democratic Party were not able to cut her a check to basically compromise her own beliefs, her own values, her own morals to provide any kind of fake support for the Democrats. In fact, she actually comes from a family, Amber Rose actually comes from a family that is primarily Democrats. But yeah, she is actually in support of Donald Trump. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button for the video, show your support. Thank you so much for subscribing. And please, thank you so much, as always, for sharing these videos.